Hi, this is Dick Billows, and we're hiking the critical path, although today we're on snowshoe on the critical path. We're going to look at some executives at a retreat, a company retreat where they're planning projects. And so there's a number of the executives, some of the key staff people, and project managers, including you. What we're going to be dealing with is those, oh, what should I say, kind of situations where executives ask you a question and you don't know what to say. We'll talk about the mistake people make in those moments and the right thing to say. Okay, this first executive you're going to be dealing with happens to be the chief executive of the company and the founder. She's an older lady, but this is not somebody's grandmother you're dealing with. This is a very cool customer, as you'll see, and she doesn't give you any cues as to what the right answer is to her question. So you're going to have to know what the right answer is. Let's go ahead and start with her first question.
I trust you have prepared for this meeting. I don't suffer fools gladly, nor the unprepared. I also trust that you have a methodology that you plan to incorporate into this project. I would like to hear about that and to hear how you envisage you and I working together.
Okay, she's asked you about the methodology. Now, here's the place where the wrong thing to say is how you're going to work hard and work as many hours as necessary and keep tight control of everything and do every one of the best practices in project management. And this executive will eat your lunch if you say that. The answer you need is that yes, you have a methodology. In fact, you have a whole inventory of project management tools, and after you and she work together to identify the mission of the project, the scope of the overall project, then you'll be able to select the appropriate tools at each step. And those steps are initiation, project planning, executing, monitoring and control, and a closeout. And you'll pick the right techniques in each of those, tailoring those techniques to this project. That's the right answer.
Great, you're here. We're going to kick this customer service project in the butt. You and I are going to be superstars around here. I think the key is not to get caught up in a lot of paperwork, and we want to be action-oriented, able to change at a dime, responsive as all get out to customer needs, or responding to... I hope you're with me on this. I'm going to get all the bureaucrats on board with me. Are we together on this? Can we start work today?
All right, we have a different kind of executive here. He's extroverted, as are a couple of the other executives we've worked with. But he is a sales type. He's what we call a sensor perceiver, SP personality type, extroverted SP, and what that means is he's action-oriented. He's not interested in detail. He's not interested in the big picture. He's interested in doing things. He brings a lot of enthusiasm, quickly bored, quickly loses interest. This is not somebody you'll pour over your detailed Gantt chart with. But you still need to work with this type as a sponsor. So he doesn't want to do a lot of planning, and I think the response here is to be a little bit more extroverted as opposed to an introverted, geeky kind of response where you're going to lose this guy. So we come back with an approach like this. Yes, I'm action-oriented. I want to get started too, and what we need to get started with first is the game plan. What we're doing is feeding him back some of those sports metaphors he was using. We need a game plan for the project so everybody on the team knows what they're supposed to do and no one gets lost. We can all pull in the same direction that way. So let's get started on the project plan right now and talk about the scope.
Oh, you're the one doing my world-class customer service project. Well, let's get our cards on the table right now. I think project management is mainly pointless paperwork. What I want is action, not talk. I want world-class service in this organization by the end of June. Now, can you give me your commitment that you will do that?
Okay, she's clearly trying to intimidate you, certainly giving the impression she knows everything about project management and the whole effort's not worth doing. This is very much putting you in your place. The wrong thing to do here is to agree to this vague goal, certainly not a measurable deliverable of any kind, and a completion date when you don't know what has to be achieved, how much work is required to achieve it, how many resources you'll have. You can't possibly agree to a date.
A big part of a project manager's success is based on communicating in meetings with individuals or small groups and in making presentations. Our individual instruction courses give you practice in these areas in live online sessions. Your instructor will play the role of the person with whom you're working. The sessions are a lot of fun and our students and instructors enjoy them. You'll get live practice thinking on your feet and answering the questions that PMs have to answer. It's just the two of you working privately, and if you get off track, your instructor will call timeout, give you feedback and coaching, and then back up the meeting so you can try again. Please consider one of our courses.